When Paul and I first started to envision the idea of devotion, it was out of the need to build our own school, because we've constantly been barred or excluded from being able to have access to those things on the outside world. So we realized we needed to build our own. And when you look at Musashi in the Book of Five Rings, he often uses the carpenter as an example or a metaphor for the way and the path to mastery and the expression of mastery. And being from a world of carpentry myself, it was easy for me when we thought about the idea of building what that was going to take. I wanted to be home at the temples, but the path to mastery was the first thing that I had to go through. And in order to do that, I had to literally embark on the way, on the road, and leave in order to get the best training, to follow my professor or coach, to follow him. So I wound up in LA. Now I live a life almost completely on the road. I have no home address. I'm rarely able to even come back to devotion to be able to participate in what they're doing. In order to get my belt as fast as possible, the competition is the best way to be able to kind of show and express where you're at. I have over 100 competition matches now, and my style is one in order to get those gold medals, not just for myself and for my belt. It's also a way of being able to come back and bring them to adorn the temple as if you're bringing back flowers from the garden that you're tending. The way or the path is kind of never ending, but you do have to have a goal in sight. And so my goal or my dream is the moment to be able to come home and stand on the mats of devotion and put the kimono on and finally tie that black belt around my waist, and then even more importantly, to be able to tie these belts around the people's waist that I bring up, and at some point be able to look at all of my friends that I inspired to start Jiu-Jitsu through this journey and say, these are all Matthias Wagner or Paul Wagner blue belts or ultimately black belts.